guys! Today we're doing a little shopping haul for books. Obviously Stephanie is here, so
Hello.
we use this as an excuse to go book shopping.
It's been a little while.
It has been, yeah. I was just in Boston like a couple months ago with you, but she's with me this weekend, so figured we'd hit up some local places. Going to Bull Moose, Newberry Comics. We just had lunch at Popeyes.
So good.
So good. I think we're also going to do a little pilgrimage to Barnes & Noble, which is about an hour's drive for me. So
Worth it.
Nice full day of book shopping, and figured we'd take you along with us.
Let's go!
Of the glorious tea.
I love this cover. It's a bit of a chonker though. Yeah, it's like it's a father and a son, and they're like, the mom dies, but I think they're like bring like the kid to the mom's family, but they're demons or something.
Oh.
It was translated recently, so I love the paperback cover for Sundial. I'm waiting to find a used copy of the U.S. Amin al-Sarafi so I can justify buying it and having 2 copies. Because I love the U.S. cover. Ooh. I wish these were the hardcovers, but I will take it. I want to read this, but I don't want the Book of the Month copy.
I would like to just say, this book gave me existential dread that an alien would take over my body and that I wouldn't be me. So, no thank you, Stephanie.
Nightmare fuel. Where are we going, Stephanie? Ooh. Got 2 Anyas.
By Jove, Higgins, of the glorious tea.
No, he's not aggressive enough.
Do you want to play a drum?
Oh my god. Throwback. You don't need an Anya blanket. But I might need the Sailor Moon one. These are so pretty, but like, gorgeous. I cannot justify spending like $40 on a manga I've never read. I know it's 3 volumes, but also it's wrapped? That's weird. Why is it wrapped? The single volumes are not wrapped.
Maybe just because it's an omnibus.
Oh my god.
Good choice.
Mm-hmm.
Is Rick time?
glorious tea.
Hi guys! It's the next day, so I figured we'd wrap this little vlog up with our hauls of what we got. To recap, we went to a new and used book, vinyl, DVD store by me, and then we went to Newbury Comics for manga and comics, and then we went to Barnes & Noble. So, starting with the Bull Moose stuff, I found the original paperbacks of Shadow and Bone and Ruin and Rising. This was an exciting find because I don't necessarily love the new covers of these, and while hardbacks would be preferable, I was really excited to find these in paperback. They didn't have Siege and Storm, unfortunately, but I don't have any, like, immediate plans to read these, so I'm honestly fine with that for now. I'm sure it'll pop up, whether or not I find it at Bull Moose or if I have to, like, go looking through Pango or something for it. So these were really cool finds, and I was really excited to get them. They were really cheap, too. This one was $5, this one was $3, so that was a good deal, in my opinion.
I ended up getting 3 things. One, Esperanza Renace. I don't think I actually read this in elementary school, but I feel like so many people in elementary school did read it.
I remember seeing that
And
cover.
It's a Spanish version, so while I speak Spanish, I could do to practice a lot more, so I feel like this was a really nice find for that. And it was 50 cents, so that's nice.
I love the 50-cent bin.
This was thrown at me. It was literally thrown at me.
I really want you to read... I mean, the Caraval series is fun, but I really want you to read Once Upon a Broken Heart as well. And so I want you to start there, because I did it backwards, and I feel like it would make more sense with you starting with Caraval. But Stephanie actually got me my hardcover set of Caraval that I really love and was like a very awesome gift. So I appreciate that. Yeah. But I really want her to read it now. So this was like $3.
But it's also a fellow Stephanie, so like I feel
That's
like
true.
I'm also going to be about that.
Kinship.
We'll read it. Just who knows?
Stephanie Garber knows how to like put your heart through the ringer. So
just what I need.
Be prepared. No, but like in a fun, delicious way.
Yeah. And then the last thing I picked up, I've seen quite often, the love songs of W.E. Du Bois. I keep on seeing this everywhere. I also really like the cover. The orange always sticks out. I don't know when I'm going to get to it, but I feel like I see this, and I feel like the last time I saw it together, it was also on sale, and I passed it up, so I don't want to leave it again. So
it is a really pretty cover. It catches my eye every time I see it at the bookstore. I hope you love that one.
Yeah, I hope so too.
So then we went over to Newbury Comics, and I got way more manga than I intended, but it's fine. They have a really good selection, like stuff that I don't see anywhere else, at least physically, locally. So I try to pick stuff up while I'm there because they do have it in stock. So.
I also low-key feel like an enabler.
Yes.
Like, you will throw books at me, but I feel like when it comes to manga, I will also throw manga your way.
Yep. First up is Yona of the Dawn, Volume 6. Have I read Volumes 1 through 5? No, but I have a like very strong feeling I'm going to really like this series, and I found the first 5 used, which was like an incredible find, but I don't think that's going to be the case for the whole series. We're at like 30 or 40 volumes of this series at the moment, and Bull Moose is good about carrying the most recent ones, but not necessarily the entire backlist. So I figured I'd pick this one up while we were there. They're also really consistent about carrying Moriarty the Patriot, like the entire series, and not just the most new, like the newest releases. So I picked up volume 3 of that. Again, haven't read volumes 1 and 2 yet, but it's fine.
You'll get to it. You'll get to it.
And then this one, the series is starting to feel like my white whale. Volume 1 is impossible to find locally or even online. The used prices on Amazon are like obscene. I've seen it go for like volume 1 go for like $80 for $85. And I'm not paying that much for a manga, so I do really want to read this series and its sequel series. But volume 1, I think until I can find it and snap it up at a fair price, I think I'm just going to have to read it digitally. which is fine, but I did pick up volumes 2 and 3 of QQ Sweeper. The sequel series is called Queen's Quality, I believe, which is much longer. QQ Sweeper is only these first 3 volumes, so I do just finally want to read this, and hopefully I'll like it. Again, it's been really annoying trying to find volume 1. I don't know why there's like a huge shortage of it. Like, if the people that sell it secondhand know that it's unavailable, and it sucks.
Especially with Queen's Quality, you would think that they would.
Yeah, Queen's Quality I
suck
see
up on
everywhere.
QQ Sweeper, but I particularly like this author, so I hope
yeah,
that you enjoy
Stephanie
it.
recommended these to me, so I don't exactly remember at this point what this is about. So the guy is a dark, tall, handsome cleaning expert. Comes across a sleeping maiden. Unfortunately, their meeting is anything but a fairy tale encounter. It turns out that he is a sweeper who cleans away negative energy from people's hearts, and she is about to become his apprentice. So I think that sounds like a lot of fun.
It's wild that we can't find the first volume for this, but then we went to Newberry Comics, the other one that's on the back of this, for the same author of Dengeki Daisy and Beastmaster. We saw Beastmaster.
I didn't realize
and I
it
was
the
so
same author
surprised
as
because I bought
Beastmaster.
those used a while ago, and I've never seen those in person, and we saw those today, but no volume 1.
Tragedy.
So sad.
So I think that was all the manga I got, and then I got a couple comics as well. This is the most recent release in a series Stephanie and I both like. It's Teen Titans Robin by Cami Garcia and Gabriel Piccolo. And we've both been following Gabriel Piccolo for a really long time on Instagram. He's an artist that we really like, so we were really excited when we found out that he was actually getting a DC run. So I feel like he fan-arted his way into a job, which is honestly incredible.
It's so good.
Good for him.
So good.
So this is the most recent installment, like I said. The first few center more on Beast Boy and Raven. This is the first Robin one, and Robin is one of my favorite characters in all of his iterations in the DC universe. So this one, I believe, focuses more on Damian Wayne, and I'm not sure which Robin this one is. Is it Dick Grayson? You read this one, right?
It is.
Is that Dick?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's Dick and Damian, which I love their dynamics, so I'm incredibly excited to see how it goes in this one.
Would recommend 10 out of 10.
And then I finally picked up volume 10 of Saga. I really do just need to catch up on this series. This cover feels like a bit of a spoiler, unfortunately, for me, but the first 9 volumes have been out literally forever, so that's on me, really. This is like a Romeo and Juliet story. It's set in space. These 2 people from different races who are at war fall in love, and they have a kid, and they have to go on the run, and the series is told in the point of view of their daughter, and it's really good. It's definitely a very adult comic, but it's a lot of fun, and I do enjoy it. It's very popular, and it's popular for a reason. And then I picked up volume 1 of It's Jeff! I don't usually pick up these 1-volume comics, just because they don't sit on the shelf very well. I try to wait for, like, graphic novel bind-ups. I don't know if It's Jeff is getting one, so I wanted to grab this. It's Jeff is about a land shark who debuted, I believe, in Gwenpool, which is not a series that I've read, but Marvel started putting out these like little one-shots following Jeff the land shark and his just little adventures, and they were initially exclusively available online, and I think I saw it on TikTok actually for the first time. That's where I became aware of Jeff's existence, and he's blessed me with his existence ever since. He's just so cute, and this is just a really silly little like bind up of his little adventures, so I was really excited that they finally put this out physically so that I could add it to my shelf.
My haul is a little bit smaller, but maybe not price-wise. First thing I picked up was volume 3 of In the Clear Moonlit Dusk. Yes, I almost thought that I mispronounced
It's
that.
a mouthful of a name,
But
honestly.
volume 3, it's beautiful. I love it. This story, we're following a first year and a second year high school student. Our main character, Yoi, is regarded as a prince. Everybody falls in love with her. Boys, gals, everybody.
She acts very chivalrous, and I think like the girls are really into that.
But it's like things that it's like, you would be walking in school and it's like, oh, it would be so romantic if a guy did this, and then she steps in and it's like, I'm enamored. But she ends up running into one of the other princes at the school, and madness kind of ensues. Fun madness, I would say. But I saw this immediately and threw it into our basket because I only bought volume 2 recently, and I thought it would take a while for volume 3. But here it is. But now we wait again. That is about it for my reading purchases, where We did make 2 K-pop purchases. Most of my money has been going to books, so I've been a little bit negligent on my K-pop collection. First off was one that I got on clearance, actually.
I didn't even see you grab that one.
I saw it. I literally got it for $10.
That's
And
cool.
I've been like waiting to buy this because it's a subunit of a group that I really like, Astro. More recent news, RIP for Moonbin, we really miss you. But the 2 rappers in the group, this is like their subunit, which is funny because one of them just left the company. So it says first mini album, it's the only mini album.
Aww.
But I was really excited to find this. And then even more exciting,
I wish I had filmed the way you smoothly just grabbed this off the shelf and put it in the little basket you were carrying. Like, there was not a moment of hesitation. You saw that they had it on the shelf and you were like, that's coming home with me.
because with season's greetings for every group, like they normally will put them up for like late November into December, that it's like, this is what the concept's going to look like, do a pre-order, and life has been wild. Life has been very wild. And so I didn't get to do a pre-order, and every site that I went on that I would normally order albums off of, they were like, it's sold out. And it's already April. So I was like, there's no point. I'm probably not going to find a season's greeting. Did I pay more for this than I wanted to? Yes. But it's mine.
So that wraps up Newberry, and finally we went on a little road trip to Barnes & Noble, which is about an hour away from me. I didn't really have anything, like, in mind, like, strongly for Barnes & Noble. I have been trying to buy more, like, used books lately, so when I do go to Barnes & Noble, especially with Stephanie, it's kind of an excuse to, like, let myself buy new books, or, like, brand new books. I've been really loving the Murderbot series, so I picked up the next one in line that I don't own yet, which is Exit Strategy. This is the 4th one, I believe. And I don't know what this one specifically is about, but Murderbot as a whole is a series of novellas and I think 1 full-length novel so far. And we follow an android who was initially built to be a security unit for a company, but he ends up, like, hacking his own code and, like, allowing himself to have free will, but he has to pretend like he doesn't have free will so that he doesn't get decommissioned. Oof. And it's a really funny dynamic, and, like, he cares more than he intends to. Like, he refers to himself as Murderbot and views himself, like, as very separately, like, from humanity, but he does care, and it's a really fun dynamic, and I love that a lot. So these have been such a joy to read, so I picked this one up. One of my, like, only sort of, let's see if they have this one books that I had in mind for the Barnes & Noble stop was their special edition of Song of Silver Flame Like Night by Amelie Wen Zhao. This is, like, a slightly different colorway than the regular US printing, and it has, like, these really pretty green iridescent scales. So I was like, I want to buy this book. I don't have a Lumicrate, so I didn't get that one, unfortunately, and the resale value for those is, like, $80 or $90 that I've been seeing around, and I didn't want to shell out that much. So for as far as the US edition goes, this is my favorite, and this was the last one they had in stock. I was so happy to snap it up because this came out, I think, in, like, January or February, so it was not guaranteed that they'd still have this, but
there was another special edition we saw on the
they
shelves,
had
too.
Stolen Air, the Barnes & Noble special edition of the Stolen Air, which came out in January. So when I saw that they still had that, I was like, that's promising. They might still have this one. And granted, I think Stolen Air was the bigger release, but I also think there would have been a bigger demand for those special editions.
It was a good sign, for sure.
It was, yeah. So I was really happy. I went straight over to see if they had this when we arrived in the YA section.
You, like, left me really quickly.
Normally, I'm really anal about browsing a section, like, starting with author's last name A and, like, going alphabetically. I don't know why. I don't feel
one of the
focused.
stories you did that to me where I like wasn't gonna start, but it was somewhere else, and it was like, no, we have to start from the beginning.
I don't feel, like, focused on what I'm looking at unless I start with, like, a specific place, and for me that's the beginning of the alphabet. So I can't just start in the middle of a shelf or, like, go backwards. I don't know why. But I did go straight over to the end to see if they had this one, and they did. And then I don't think this is the first time I've seen this in person, but Bull Moose doesn't consistently carry this series, so when I saw this one, I was like, yeah, I'll pick that up, because I do want to start this series soon. And that's Valor by John Gwynne. This is the second book in the Faithful and the Fallen series. I have had the first one, Malice, for a very long time, over a year at this point. I got that one from Bull Moose used, and I've been meaning to read it. But then I got approved for a arc of Hunger of the Gods, which is the second book in the Bloodsworn saga. So I had to read that one first. And again, love his writing. and I really want to dive into this one since it's, especially because it's a finished series and he has a sequel trilogy in the same world. So I like his writing. He's one of the few male authors that I trust to write from like a woman's perspective without making me cringe. Orca is one of my favorite characters that I read last year, so I'm hoping to like this series just as much. And again, I don't see a lot on the shelf, so I figured I'd grab it while I was there. And that wraps up my Barnes & Noble haul, and you didn't get anything there. I was the one spending money like crazy.
There were things I saw that I really liked, but there's some things that I'm waiting on, or I think especially after buying the season's greeting, it was like, maybe don't buy more.
Yeah, and I have a hard time sometimes buying books brand new because I do see so many used ones crop up at Bull Moose. So it's always kind of like, dang it, I paid full price for that, and now it's sitting on the shelf for $8.
Yeah. If there was a Bull Moose close to me, I would do that, but there was no one.
I do like to support authors and stuff too, and buying their new books helps them more than buying used books. So yeah, that wraps up our haul. Thank you guys so much for watching our little mini vlog. I know this one wasn't super long, but it's always kind of a balance trying to like vlog and make content, but also like this, it's been a while since I've seen Stephanie, and trying to be in the moment and enjoy the time that I'm spending with you also takes precedence. So I tried to balance it out this weekend.
It's been a little while since I've, like, I know when you came up to Boston, that's, like, seeing me in the background, but it was, like, nice to be joining on a vlog again, because it's been a little while.
Yeah, so I haven't been vlogging as much in general, I think, this year, but I would like to change that. So if there are any specific things you'd like to see me vlog about, any specific, like, reading vlogs or whatever, please let me know. And yeah, as always, thank you for watching. Feel free to leave a comment down below, follow my socials if you feel so inclined, like this video, and subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. And as always, have a lovely day.